You are not just choosing a credit card, you are choosing a tribe, you are choosing a currency, you are choosing a set of golden handcuffs that will dictate how you travel, how you eat, and how you experience the world for the next decade. Welcome to the great ecosystem war. In one corner we have the defending champion, the heavy hitter from New York, J.P. Morgan Chase. They have the rules, they have the partners, and they have the loyalty of millions who swear by the trifecta. In the second corner, the luxury titan, American Express, the status symbol, the platinum card clanking on the table at dinner. But are they selling you true luxury, or are they just selling you a glorified coupon book with a massive annual fee? And in the third corner, the disruptor from Virginia, Capital One. For years, they were the bank for people with bad credit. Now, they are building lounges that rival the Ritz-Carlton and offering cards that are mathematically impossible to beat. My name is Conrad, and this is Wealth Architecture. Today, I am not just reading you a brochure. I am going to break down the math, the transfer partners, and the ugly truth about annual fees. I want to help you decide which ecosystem deserves your wallet, and more importantly, your loyalty. If you appreciate honest financial breakdowns without the fluff, smash that subscribe button. It helps the algorithm, and it helps me keep buying expensive coffee to fuel these deep dives. Let's enter the war room. Let's start with Chase. If you go to any financial forum, look at Reddit, or speak to any serious points hacker, they will all tell you the same thing. Start with Chase. Why is that? Is it because they have the coolest looking cards? No. It is because of the 524 rule. This is the gatekeeper of the entire credit card industry. Chase has a strict unwritten rule. If you have opened 5 or more credit cards, from any bank, not just Chase, in the last 24 months, they will automatically reject you. No questions asked. Even if you have an 850 credit score and make $1 million a year. Because of this, you have to prioritize Chase early in your journey. If you run off and get 3 Amex cards and 2 Capital One cards, you are locked out of Chase for 2 years. And believe me, being locked out of Chase is painful. The Chase ecosystem revolves around Ultimate Rewards Points, or UR points. In the industry, we call these the Swiss Army knife of points. They are incredibly stable, easy to use, and valuable. The strategy here is called the Chase trifecta. This is how you gamify your spending. You don't just use one card. You combine 3 cards to maximize your earnings on every single dollar. First, you have the Chase Sapphire Preferred. This is your anchor. It has a $95 annual fee, but it unlocks the ability to transfer points to airlines and hotels. Without this card, your points are just cash back. With this card, they become travel currency. Second, you get the Chase Freedom Flex. This is a no annual fee card that earns 5x points on rotating categories. One quarter it might be groceries. The next it might be gas stations or Amazon. Third, you get the Chase Freedom Unlimited. This earns 1.5x on everything else. This is your catch-all card for things like medical bills, car repairs, or insurance. You take the points from the Freedom cards, you move them to the Sapphire card, and suddenly, your cash back becomes travel money. It is a seamless system. But here is the real reason Chase wins. It's not the airlines. It's the hotels. Specifically, World of Hyatt. Most hotel points are trash. I'm looking at you, Hilton and Marriott. Their points are often worth half a cent each. You need 100,000 Hilton points to stay in a decent room. It's inflation on steroids. Hyatt points? They are the gold standard. I consistently get 2, 3, or even 4 cents per point in value at Park Hyatts and Andaz hotels. Let me give you a real example from my own life. A night at the Park Hyatt New York or the Park Hyatt Kyoto can easily cost $1,200 cash. Or you can book it for 35 or 40,000 Chase points. If you transferred those same points to Marriott, you might get a room at a courtyard by the airport. With Chase and Hyatt, you are living like a billionaire on a middle-class budget. That transfer partner alone is why Chase has such a cult following. The verdict on Chase is simple. It is the most balanced ecosystem. The annual fees are reasonable. The acceptance is universal because it's Visa. If you are a beginner, or if you want high value without spending hours on spreadsheets, Chase is your home base. Now, let's talk about the flashiest player in the game, American Express. The Platinum Card, the Gold Card, the Centurion. The Amex ecosystem is built on membership rewards points, or MR points. And let's be honest, Amex marketing is genius. They sell you a lifestyle. They sell you the idea that if you hold this heavy metal card, you are part of the elite. You are a global citizen. But here is the reality check. The coupon book. The Amex Platinum card now costs $695 a year. That is a mortgage payment for some people. Amex justifies this huge fee by giving you credits. You get $200 for Uber, $200 for airline incidentals, $100 for Saks Fifth Avenue, $240 for digital entertainment like Disney Plus or New York Times. They tell you, look, we are giving you $1,500 in value for a $700 fee. But are they? If you naturally use all those things, the card is essentially free. But ask yourself, do you naturally shop at Saks Fifth Avenue? Do you really need a $200 airline fee credit that is annoying to use because it doesn't cover ticket prices, only baggage and seat selection? Amex forces you to work for your value. You have to enroll in offers. You have to track monthly credits. It is a high-maintenance relationship. If you forget to use your Uber credit in February, it doesn't roll over. It vanishes. Amex is betting on breakage. They are betting you will forget. However, when Amex shines, it blinds the competition. We are talking about transfer partners for flights. Chase is great for hotels. Amex is the king of international flights. They have Delta, yes, but Delta miles are often devalued. The real power lies with partners like AMA All Nippon Airways, Air Canada Aeroplan, and British Airways. You can fly round-trip business class to Japan on ANA for roughly 75 to 90,000 Amex points if you know how to book it correctly. That is a $10,000 ticket for the price of one sign-up bonus. Chase cannot do that as easily. Amex simply has more airline partners and often runs transfer bonuses, where they give you 30% more miles for free. And then there are the lounges, the Centurion lounges. For a long time, these were the best lounges in the world. Real food, cocktails mixed by a bartender, showers, spas. But they are victims of their own success. In 2026, getting into a Centurion lounge often means waiting in line for 20 minutes. It's not very luxury to stand in a queue like you are at a theme park. Amex has tried to fix this by banning guests unless you spend $75,000 a year, but the lounges are still packed. Also, we have to talk about pop-up jail. This is Amex's ruthless algorithm. If they think you are just gaming them for bonuses, or if you hold a card but don't spend enough on it, a pop-up window will appear during your application. It says, "You are approved, but you will not get the bonus." It is their way of putting you in the penalty box. No other issuer does this so aggressively. The verdict on Amex: if you are an advanced traveler who flies internationally in business or first class, Amex is king. The international airline partners are unbeatable, but for domestic economy travelers, it can be a trap. You are paying huge fees for a card that earns 1x on most purchases. Unless you are optimizing every single credit, the math often doesn't work in your favor. And finally, let's look at the third corner, the disruptor. Capital One. For years, nobody took Capital One seriously in the premium space. They were the "what's in your wallet" bank. They sent junk mail to people with bad credit. Then, they dropped a nuclear bomb on the industry, the Venture X card. Capital One looked at Chase and Amex and said, "You guys are too complicated. People are tired of tracking categories and coupons." The Capital One ecosystem is built on one word: simplicity. With Chase, you have to track quarterly categories. With Amex, you have to track monthly coupons. With Capital One, you earn 2x miles on everything. Everywhere. No caps, no categories. Buying a coffee? 2x. Buying a car? 2x. Paying your taxes? 2x. The Venture X card has a $395 annual fee. But wait, do not let that number scare you. They give you a $300 travel credit annually that is very easy to use in their portal. And they give you 10,000 miles every anniversary, which is worth at least $100. Let's do the math. 395 minus 300 minus 100 equals -$5. Capital One is literally paying you $5 a year to hold their premium card. It is the only keeper card in the industry that pays for itself automatically, regardless of how much you spend. And they are not joking around with travel anymore. They launched Capital One lounges. I have been to the ones in Dallas and Denver. They are incredible. They have grab-and-go food for people in a rush, cold brew on tap, Peloton bikes. They are arguably better than Centurion lounges right now because they are newer, cleaner, and slightly less crowded. Their transfer partners used to be weak, but now? They have Turkish Airlines, British Airways, Air Canada, Flying Blue. You can book United flights through Turkish miles for extremely low rates, like getting to Hawaii for 10,000 miles. But here is the downside: the approval algorithm. Capital One is weird. They don't operate like traditional banks. They like customers who carry a balance, though I never recommend you do that, or people who spend heavily on one card. If you have perfect credit and 20 other cards, like me, Capital One might reject you because you are too savvy. They know you won't make them any money in interest. Also, when you apply, they pull your report from all 3 bureaus at once: Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. This is called a triple pull. It's aggressive. It dings your credit report across the board. The verdict on Capital One: this is the ecosystem for the lazy optimizer. And I don't mean lazy in a bad way, I mean efficient. If you have a business to run and kids to raise, you don't have time to check if you used your $10 dining credit this month. You want 2x on everything and lounge access when you travel twice a year. The Venture X is mathematically the safest bet in the industry. So the smoke is clearing. Who wins the ecosystem war? The answer depends on who you are. I am going to give you 3 profiles. Pick the one that fits you. Profile number 1, the maximizer. You want the absolute highest value per point. You are willing to put in a little work to get outsized value. The winner is Chase. Why? Because of Hyatt. Being able to transfer points to Hyatt creates a floor of value that no other bank can match. Combined with the 524 rule, you simply must start here. If you skip Chase now, you might be locked out for years. Chase is the foundation of any good wealth architecture. Profile number 2, the high roller. You fly international business or first class. You value status and airport luxury above all else. The winner is American Express. If your goal is to sip champagne in the Emirates first-class shower or fly the Q-Suite to Doha, you need Amex membership rewards points. You need the huge sign-up bonuses of 150,000 points to fund those tickets. The annual fees are just the cost of doing business for you. Profile number 3, the busy professional. You want simplicity. You want perks, but you don't want a hobby. The winner is Capital One. If you want one card that does it all, lounge access, good earnings, simple redemption, the Venture X is your winner. It is the modern choice for the modern spender. Now, what is my personal strategy? What does the architect do? I am what we call a dual wielder. I hold the Chase trifecta for my daily spending and my hotel stays. I use the Freedom cards to rack up points on groceries and gas. But I also keep the Amex Platinum. I don't put spend on it. I only use it for booking flights directly to get 5x points, and for the benefits: the lounge access, the purchase protection, and the hotel status. I pay the fees because I do the math. I extract more value from the Amex credits than I pay in fees, but I extract more point value from the Chase ecosystem. And that is the key takeaway today. Don't let the shiny metal cards fool you. Don't let the marketing trick you. Look at your spending. Look at your travel goals. If you travel domestically with your family, get Chase. If you want to fly solo around the world in luxury, get Amex. If you hate thinking about points, get Capital One. There is no best card. There is only the best card for your specific architecture. I want to hear from you in the comments. This is a war, so pick a side. Are you Team Chase, Team Amex, or Team Capital One? And tell me why. Did Amex put you in pop-up jail? Did Chase reject you for 524? I read every comment because I want to know what the banks are doing to you guys in real time. And if you are ready to apply for any of these cards, I have linked the best current offers in the description below. Using those links supports the channel and helps me keep bringing you these unbiased deep dives. Next week we are talking about the 5 credit card traps that keep you poor. You don't want to miss that one because the banks are setting traps for you every single day, and some of them are hidden in plain sight. I'm Conrad. This is Wealth Architecture. Build your wallet right. See you in the next one.